Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Brigadier General David S. Doyle and Command Sergeant Major Michael C. Henry, Commander and Command Sergeant Major of the Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk, welcome to the September Warrior Information Exchange. We will now begin with the briefs of our installation services. Briefers, please keep your briefing short as we have a lot to get through. We will begin with a calendar update.
Here's our calendar for September. Feel free to stop the video and take a look. Here's our calendar for October. Feel free to pause the video and see what's going on.
Morning, sir. Chuck Cannon with the Garrison Public Affairs Office. Just a couple of things to highlight on the left side of your slide is this Saturday is the McNeese football game. Colonel Smith will be there along with 32nd Hospital Commander. On the 17th and 18th of September, the Natchez Meat Pie Festival will be held, and that's a big thing here. I mean, the Natchez Meat Pies have a reputation as being the best in the world. And I'll mention one more thing. That's October 2nd, the Celtic Festival in Monroe. Since that's my hometown, I feel like I really need to mention that one. On the right-hand side, you got ways you can find out information about Fort Polk. Either the digital app or Facebook, Instagram, or the Facebook page or the website. And if you would like to be included on the bi-weekly list of things to do in the Fort Polk area, send Kim Reisling, and her email address is on there, your civilian email address for that. Pending your questions, sir.
Thanks, Chuck.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Good morning, sir. Sergeant Johnson with Better Opportunity for Single Soldiers. Starting off, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have our boss study board nights every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1800 to 1900. I do encourage all soldiers to attend those. Starting off next Wednesday on the 8th of September, we're going to have a writing skills class at the Home of Heroes Rec Center at 1800. It is free. On 10th September, we did have a movie night, but since Toby Keith's concert is happening, we did cancel that. On the 18th of September, we're going to have a basketball tournament at the Warrior Fitness Center at 1500. That is free. Teams from 3 to 10 are encouraged. 20 September, we're going to have an auto skills class at the Auto Skills Center. We're going to teach everyone how to do basic maintenance on their car for if they are about to leave for leave, and they can know how to properly check their vehicles. That is going to be 1800, and it is free at the Auto Skills Center. 26 September, we're going to have a Boss Picnic Fun Day at Alligator Lake, 1300 free. We're going to have kickball, volleyball. We're going to grill out, and we're going to have fun out there. And then ending it for September, 30 September, we're going to have a boss mixer party. This is where I will relinquish my duties as the boss president and give the responsibility to someone else.
You can't
we're going to
say
have
that
it at
with
the
a
Home of Heroes Rec Center.
You can't say that with a smile. That's not good.
We're going to have that at the Home of Heroes Rec Center, 1800. We're going to be giving away a lot of surprise with the grand prize of a 75-inch TV. We're going to have ping pong tournaments, pool tournaments, dart tournaments, PC gaming tournaments, all the whole 9 yards, and we're going to serve food there. Pending any questions.
Yeah, thanks for what you've been doing, and thanks for your leadership in charge of this great program for our soldiers.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Good morning. I'm Itzel Rivera with Special Events, DFMWR. On September 10th, if you haven't heard, Toby Keith is coming. Exciting. Salute to the troops. If you're looking for any more information on that, you can look on our Facebook page and just keep track on your emails in case if there's any updates following. On September 24th, we have the GC Golf Scramble at Warriors Hill Golf Course at noon. Coming soon on October 2nd, we have the annual Louisiana Hayride out at the Home of Heroes parking lot. Following that on October 7th as well is going to be the Commanding General's Golf Invitational. So registration is going to be from 8 to 9 starting at 9 a.m. Movie night on October 15th at Headquarters Field, movie starting at 19:15, and then on October 29th we have the Halloween drive-thru from 1700 to 19. Following on the next slide, we have the monthly bass tournament out at Toledo Bend Recreational Park. Intramural sports, we have the Warriors Swamp Run. Registration is live now. Just go to our MWR website to pre-register for this event. Arts and Crafts will be holding a paint and sip October 15th at 18:30. Pre-registration is required for this event. At the Warrior Center on October 23rd at 18:30, we will be having the Pirate and Rum Night. And then on the 29th, for the Forge Bar and Grill, we will be serving a round the world lunch. If you need any more information, you can find us on Facebook or get in contact with Stormy Tippett. Any questions?
Thank you so much.
Awesome, thanks.
Good morning. My name is Krista Gross, and I am from the Fort Polk Chapel. This morning I would like to tell you a little bit about our fall kickoffs that are happening at the chapel. These are all new programs that will begin this month. On the left side of our slide, before we start with fall kickoffs, I would like to invite you to worship service. Worship service is every morning at Main Post Chapel, and all of our services are live streamed at Fort Polk Chapel page, Facebook page. On the right side of the slide, as we go down, we will look at the different kickoffs that I will highlight. The Catholic Religious Education Community will begin CCD on September 19th. It is not too late to register for this program. If you are interested, we encourage you to reach out to us on the Fort Polk Chapel Facebook page. Catholic Women of the Chapel will begin on September 15th. They will meet on Wednesday mornings. There is childcare available. This is a small group opportunity for fellowship and friendship of other Catholic women as you study books together. Protestant Women of the Chapel will begin on September 14th. Again, another small group study, an opportunity for you to come to the chapel, find a tribe, and spend some time getting to know some women. There is also childcare available for this. If you are interested in the Protestant Women of the Chapel, it just so happens this morning they are at the PX and they are there to answer all of your questions, so we encourage you to wander over and have a conversation. Moving down the slide, another kickoff that we will have this fall or this month, it's September 9th. Mothers of preschoolers will have their kickoff at Main Post Chapel at 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, this is an opportunity for you to come. This is an outreach-based program, so it's not so intense on the religious stuff. Really spending some time meeting some other women who are raising preschoolers. Moving down the slide, Men of Annville will meet this month on September 18th. The location will be at the Sabine River. They're going to canoe the Sabine River. Sounds like a great time. The POC for that is Chaplain Chris Grizzle, and he can be reached at 531-2669. Pending your questions, that's all that I have from the Religious Support Office.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Hi, Tiffany Cook, your Fort Polk School Liaison Officer. I will be briefing the Child and Youth Service slides, and then I'll follow that up with School Support Service. So Child and Youth Services, we are back to school mode as well. So our after school facilities are busy offering great after school programs. So if you want more information and how to plug in, please reach out to the same number that's at the bottom, 531-1989. We do have positions available as well. We talked about employment already, and Child and Youth Services is always looking to employ Child and Youth Program Associates. Those are child care workers. We also have cook and maintenance vehicle operators. For the most up-to-date information, you can look on our Facebook page, and it's provided in the slides. Next slide. This will be the last time that we brief this left side. We just, again, as we go back into school, want to make sure that everyone understands all the things that Child and Youth Services has to offer. So starting at the top, our outreach services can give you information from everything from sports to the different care that we can provide. Then the care starts in our Child Development Center from 6 weeks to 5 years. We provide wraparound care for school-age children at before and after school care facilities. And then we have our middle school and teen program for 6th through 12th grade. Our family child care is unique. It is what usually offers the after-hour care. It is also offers full day care. So again, for any information that you want, you can call 531-1989. Youth Sports and Fitness falls under CYS, and we are getting ready to have about 600 kids with COVID mitigation measures in place play soccer, and we're going to follow soccer season up. It'll actually kind of overlap. So if your child's playing soccer, you'll have about 2 weeks where you have soccer practice and football practice. And so football and cheerleading are getting ready to start their sign-ups, and the season will actually start the 15th of September and run through October. Next slide. So school support services. We had a great back-to-school time. The Garrison Commander and I have now visited every school where we provide bus transportation to. Things are going great. If that's not what you're seeing, please reach out to us so that we can address the challenge and work together to come up with a solution with both of our school districts. We do support Boulgard and Vernon Parish, so we, on the left side, have some of those dates that you should be looking forward to. So this coming Monday, you will have a school holiday, and then into October, both districts will celebrate Fair Day. It will be the same time of year. But it does look a little different in each district. So Vernon Parish is going to take off the Thursday as well with a virtual learning day, so there won't be any face-to-face. There will be parent-teacher conferences, and your children will have a virtual assignment to complete. Then in Boulgard Parish, they're only going to take the Friday off with no school. And again, if you have any questions, challenges, concerns, or you have a success story, please reach out to us. We do have a few more days to submit applications for the DoD virtual school. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to our office as well. We currently have children that are enrolled in German and AP Psychology, so we're excited about that program. Thank you. Pending any questions?
Thanks, Tiffany.
Good morning. I'm Emily Magruder. I'm the president of the Fort Polk Spouses and Community Club. Our membership opened on August 1st. This year we have changes. Membership is now available to all military ID holders, CAC holders, their spouses, and family members over the age of 18, which means husbands can now tag along to all our fun events. So our sub-clubs start off tomorrow with book club. That is on the patio at the Forge. They will be discussing The Nightingale and voting on next month's book. On the 15th of September, we have Lunch Bunch in Alexandria at Spirits Food and Friends. The 18th, Day Trippers Club is going to Avery Island and doing the Tabasco Factory Tour. That night, we will have Bunko Sub Club, which is Bunko and LRC. It's a fun dice game where you can come out and win lots of prizes, eat lots of good food. The 21st of September, charcuterie and craft sub-clubs are combining. We are making epoxy charcuterie boards. They look like they have an ocean on top of them. We'll also be eating charcuterie boards and probably enjoying some cocktails. Maybe not at the 10 a.m. one. There's a 6 p.m. one too. Those fully sold out in 10 minutes, so we will be scheduling those in the coming months as well. Super Sign Up is our annual membership drive. It is September 11th from 12 to 3 at the Family Readiness Center. This is a great time to come out, learn about the club, our scholarships and grants. We will have 40 vendors, a food truck, a snow cone truck, a bounce house. So bring the whole family, come out. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited to meet everyone. The best way to stay up to date is our Facebook page or our website. If you're nervous about coming along, just send a message to the Facebook page and I will look out for you and built-in friends. So, any questions?
No, Emily, thanks a lot. And this
Thanks.
looks like a great calendar of events.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff.
Good morning, sir. I'm Jean Graves. I'm the Public Affairs Officer for Bain Jones Army Community Hospital. As our safety office mentioned, it is still hurricane season, so we have a list of some resources for you for medical preparedness, websites you can visit, what to do if disaster strikes. So please just be prepared. We also are employing people as well. So as we've mentioned before, for our military spouses out there, that's how I started my career, was getting a job, a foot in the hole somewhere on post, and it's been able to help me throughout my life. So apply at BJAC. It's a well-oiled machine. We have much more than providers and nurses there, so if you're not a medical person, we probably have an opportunity for you at BJAC as well. Now, our script center. Those of you who have prescription refills that you need to get on a regular basis, our script center is available for 24-hour, 7 days a week for non-refrigerated refills. So if you are a beneficiary who utilizes our pharmacy and you don't want to wait, you can call into the script center 531-DRUG, select option number 2, and then that will allow you to choose pick up at the script center, and usually following day afternoon, your prescription will be available at the script center right at entrance A. We are continuing to offer COVID vaccinations at BJAC by appointment. To schedule an appointment, it's just a simple call to the appointment line at 531-3011, or you can self-book online at the TRICARE online patient portal. We're currently offering the Moderna vaccine to all of our beneficiaries 18 and older. In addition to that, we're very concerned about our vulnerable immunocompromised patients in the community. And so we are offering an additional dose of the COVID vaccine in accordance with the CDC guidelines for people who meet certain immunocompromised diseases. And I don't have it on this slide, and I apologize for that, but I'll post it on our Facebook again today. But basically what we want you to do is, if you think you meet one of the criteria of being an immunocompromised person, that would be someone who's maybe undergoing cancer treatments, taking Medicine because you have a suppressed immune system, maybe you've received a stem cell or organ transplant, just call our appointment line. Again, that's 531-3011. Ask for a teleconference with your provider. And your provider will discuss with you if you meet that criteria for an additional dose and then schedule you for that. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, just based on my personal searches on Facebook and social media, sometimes people take to social media to vent concerns that they have about the hospital. And we want to hear about your concerns because we can't change anything or fix anything unless we know about it. However, I wanted to highlight that we do have a patient advocacy office. So if you have any concerns about your medical care and you would like to talk to our patient advocate, you can contact her at 337-531-3628. And I have a post on our Facebook page pinned to the top right now about patient advocacy. So don't suffer in silence. We want to hear about what you've got going on. Please come to BJAC, and we want to take care of whatever issue you have. Are there any questions?
No, Gene, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Morning, sir. Will from Fort Polk, Corvius, that is. And as far as the neighborhood center serves, we continue to have those neighborhood centers open, as well as the labs and everything else. No appointment is needed. However, if a resident prefers to have an appointment to visit or use the amenities, they're encouraged to do so by going to the https://bit.ly website. In order to ensure everyone's safety, that we are abiding by CDC guidelines. Obviously, we're requiring residents to wear masks, etc., and keep social distancing to ensure that the amenities continue to be open. As we all know, the Maple Terrace Neighborhood Center is already open for business. Everything is back in working order, and all amenities continue to be open as well. Corvius Pools, as far as that's concerned, we're down to the last few days of the pool season, which ends in 6 September, which is right after Labor Day. We want to remind residents that while they use the amenities to observe social distancing and observe the pool rules to ensure their safety as well while they're using those facilities. Once again, we discussed the ODP2 for $77 million that was approved by the by AMC on 10 June. We have exterior renovations and demos, geothermal upgrades, and other areas planned to do this. We're currently working with construction, and that part of the process in pre-construction and due diligence efforts while we continue to communicate with residents as far as that progress is concerned. Other than that, if residents need any air filters, grass seed, touch-up paint, they can call our offices and do that. And the phone numbers for the neighborhood offices are here as well. Pending your questions, sir.
Thanks a lot, Will. And what we're going to have is the garrison commander will talk a little bit about that, the out-year development plan, and how we're advertising that to our residents so that they know when they should expect to see what's going to happen in their neighborhood and what's going to happen with those individual homes. So Colonel Smith will talk about that here at the end. Thank you very much, Will.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, sir, so we just had our APS rep come in, but I'll take 3 of them, and sir, if I miss anything, you can cover it. So on the AP slide, you see here 3 key things to draw your attention to is PX has partnered with BJAC, and we do a COVID clinic with vaccination site every Saturday at the PX from 10 to 1400. That is not happening this Saturday because it's a holiday, but it will start up the week after. The second point is you can see there on the slide that you'll see is sweepstakes. They have a contest, Red Bull right there. You can enter that sweepstakes to win a chance at a gift. Lastly, and most importantly, what I've heard from folks and family and soldiers is the new Slim Chickens is coming. We're trying to bid it out, so we're looking to have it completed by November. So it's going to be a while, but it's coming for Slim Chickens. APs, did I forget anything? Okay, thanks.
Good morning. My name is Jamel, and I'm with ACS. I'm the Outreach Services Coordinator. I'd like to start out with our volunteer program. So if you are a spouse, active duty service member, civilian, anybody residing on Fort Polk, and you're interested in volunteering within your SFRGs or within any organization or any of our great programs on post, please go to VMIS, that's VMIS.ArmyFamilyWebPortal.com, register, make a profile, and apply to any of our open positions that we currently have. So next week, Wednesday, we are hosting a new volunteer training on September 8th at 11 o'clock at the FRC building, building 924. At 12 o'clock, immediately following that new volunteer training, I am also hosting an OPOC training for those individuals interested in managing or being the volunteer manager of the OPOC for their SFRGs or their organizations. I also want to remind everybody that our Volunteer of the Quarter is coming up in November, and those nominations are actually going to be due October 8th. So if you have some amazing, some exceptional volunteers within your SFRGs, your units, your organizations, just please remember to fill out those nominations and hand them over to me or email them to me by October 8th. Moving on to our other programs under Army Community Service. If you are a new spouse or a seasoned spouse and you want to gain those resiliency skills or gain some more military knowledge, our AFTB program is hosting a Level K class September 21st and September 22nd in the FRC building from 8:30 to 2:30. Our mobilization and deployment program is hosting an emergency preparedness classes because, of course, we are still in the middle of hurricane season, and that class will be Thursday, 16th of September at the FRC from 9 to 11, and children are welcome. Our family advocacy program is hosting some great classes again. They're hosting an anger, stress, and crisis management class with yoga included, and they're also hosting a Raising an Emotionally Intelligent Child in September as well. So for more information on the classes that they offer or for any of our events coming up in September, please make sure that you're following us on Facebook, which is Fort Polk ACS. I also want to throw it out that if you want to meet any of our staff or if you want to know more about Army Community Service and kind of what we offer and resources, we are going to be set up at the main PX September 17th from 10 to 12. So come out, join us, say hi to us, and we'll be happy to kind of inform you of whatever events and resources that we may have. Pending any questions?
Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to the Volunteer of the Quarter ceremony.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir, everyone. I'm Tommy Morris, the Installation Emergency Manager. First slide here I'll be briefing is the slide that we brief every time we have a WIE. It is the weather warnings and be informed slide. Key things I want to point out is alert, for everyone to register on alert if you haven't registered already, to make sure you do that. And also Nixle. Nixle is a great app that you can use to keep you up to date on the weather and what's going on. I also like DODT 511. That's very important because it gives you real-time information on the roads that are closed, your evacuation routes. Like right now, everybody's evacuated from the New Orleans area. I-10 is a major evacuation route. 171 is a major evacuation route through here. Highway 28 is an evacuation route. And I point those two out, 171 and 28, because if there happens to be a time that we have to evacuate using those routes, through the city of Leesville, all the traffic lights will be flashing yellow. It's because it's been identified as evacuation route at that time. So if you happen to go through it and see the lights all flashing going north or south, it's because it's been identified as evacuation route. Just since Hurricane Ida, we've already tracked Julian, Kate, and we're tracking Larry also. It's brewing out in it. But neither one of those right now is scheduled to hit landfall or come this direction. So just want to make sure that we're up to date on that, as we will brief this slide every time we have a WIE, and also every time there's a family update brief. Next slide. 1 September starts National Preparedness Month. So today started National Preparedness Month. The theme for the month is prepare to protect, preparing for disasters is protecting everyone you love. And there's a weekly theme. This week's theme is make a plan. If you heard safety and others brief, different things to be prepared, well, this week focuses on making a plan. And when you make a plan, you need to think about the things that, how will you receive your alerts? You know, so that's important to going back to the first slide, to have that, to be registered on alerts to receive those messages, and to note that all official notifications come from the EOC. All official notifications come from the WIE, the EOC. That's very important, because you'll see things on Facebook real fast and so forth, but the official notification will come from the WIE. Okay? So 1 through 4 September, we want to focus on making a plan. And when you make that plan, think about your shelter plan also, and your communication plan. And when we talked about communication, you need to update every one of your whereabouts. Make sure you all have all your important paperwork, like the Social Security card, birth certificates, and those type things, in a safe location, so that you can evacuate those things with you. And the main thing is also you need to practice your plan, and make sure you include the youth when you practice in your plan. Make sure everyone is aware of your plan, and make sure you rehearse and practice your plan. Week 2, starting next week, we will talk about build a kit. How to build a kit. Now, National Preparedness Month is focused on more than just hurricanes and tornado season. It's focused on preparedness altogether. So we'll be talking about fire safety, home safety, those types of things throughout the month of September, starting today. So there will be articles in The Guardian. Last week we prepped. Starting today was an article in The Guardian, eGuardian last week. It'll be eGuardian in every week this month, pertaining to these themes, these weekly themes. So this week in The Guardian, we'll be talking about making a plan. And some of the things I'm highlighting today will be in that article. Same thing next week, we'll talk about how to build a kit, and then we'll go into disaster preparedness for week 3, and then we'll follow up with the last week of September with teach your youth about preparedness, okay? So again, we're available for anything you need. We're available for FRG meetings. We're available for anything that you might need for preparedness, not just now, but every day. You can contact the Emergency Management Office, and we'll be available to you. Any questions, sir?
Tommy, thanks a lot. A lot of people paying attention to this right now after watching what happened on the east side of the state. So appreciate your input and your consistency in that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we'll do now is turn it over to some of the commanders here at the tables and talk about some overarching ideas that are taking place on the installation that may be pertinent to you and your family. And we'll start with the Deputy Hospital Commander, Colonel Schmaniak. Mike?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, team. At BJAC, just a couple updates. I just want to tell the team thank you we changed our COVID posture at BJAC, meaning we greatly appreciate all of our patients and our beneficiaries that are compliant with our change in posture, meaning we do screening at entrance A and entrance B. It's going very, very well. That protects the patients, that protects the BJAC team. And also want to thank Installation and Garrison for tasking soldiers to assist us with that screening process, and it's going very well, so we really greatly appreciate that. Also, kind of elaborate on what Ms. Graves said earlier, that there are many opportunities for DA civilians to work at BJAC. There's many non-clinical positions available, medical support assistants. We have opportunities in human resources, resource management. So there are several opportunities for non-clinical positions. So I highly encourage you, if you want to work at BJAC, it's a great place to work. Also want to talk about our COVID vaccine. Please, I highly recommend, I highly encourage that you receive the vaccine. There are several opportunities to receive the vaccine. Make an appointment in the clinic. As Colonel Smith was saying, we're continuing our COVID clinic on Saturdays at the PX. That's going very well. So please, the vaccine does work and it will protect you. So please consider that. If you have questions, concerns, the BJAC team is always available to discuss your questions or concerns. That's it, sir.
Thank you very much, Mike. And I'll cover a little bit about what we're doing about COVID vaccination for our uniformed military members here at the very end. Let's pass it now to the garrison team. Colonel Sam Smith.
Sure. Sergeant Major, start it off.
Appreciate it, sir. So I want to take a moment to recognize 310, 3rd Brigade, 10th Mountain, specifically 2-2 Infantry. I had the opportunity to walk through the barracks with the Tiger Team inspection this week, and I was impressed with the amazing job that the soldiers, DPW, and the leadership are involved with making sure the barracks are up to par, the soldiers are healthy, and motivation's high down there, so I appreciate that, 310. I also want to take an opportunity to talk about how we can submit work orders. So on your screen, you should see the ARMA app, the Army Maintenance Application. Right now, we have the soldiers have the power with their own palms, with their cell phones, to submit demand work orders through the ARMA app. It's very simple. It takes a moment to register. Once you register with your email and your phone number and your building number, you can use the QR code on the posters posted around the barracks, take a snapshot of that, and submit work orders that directly are submitted to DPW. The second option is to go through your barracks facility managers. So you can also use that route. But either way, the amazing team at DPW cannot do the work on any issues in the barracks unless they know about it. So we need your help to ensure the quality of life, submit the work orders through ARMA or through your maintenance facility manager. And of course, if there's an emergency work order, so if there is an immediate threat to health, life, or safety, you can always call DPW 24 hours at 531-1-DPW or 1379. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Sergeant Major. Okay, a couple of things, sir, and team. So, first off, just so everybody's tracking, we are supporting, our state and federal partners here at Fort Polk with Task Force 51, where a lot of units are coming in here, and we are preparing and helping with hurricane repairs for our state. So if you see additional units on here, it's because they're part of Task Force 51. Second is appreciate all the support from the community, the families, the soldiers, the chain of command on our full-scale exercise we did about 2 weeks ago. We went and prepared for a tornado that happened at one of our housing areas, and so we went right into that full-scale exercise into Hurricane Ida preparations, where we activated and briefed the Commanding General and the team on that. So we appreciate also the team coming together with the fuel restrictions that we had, as well as the water at our PXs and commissary. So keep up the support on that. Third is we continue to move forward with what you heard from Will from Corvius on housing repairs. So we are doing $77 million worth of housing repairs at our neighborhoods, starting in Norris Loop. So what does that really mean? That means 15 families currently are affected initially, where we are going to provide them the opportunity to select a new home on the installation or off the installation, and we will reimburse them for their moving expenses. So we've coordinated with the chain of command on those 15 families. Those houses are going to be demoed starting in September, but we are in the process of moving those families who have chosen to relocate based on our demolitions and upgrades on these housing. But when it's all said and done, when we finish this phase of housing repairs, we'll have 64% of every single house on this post will be renovated in some form or fashion. So that's a good news story. We continue to work on quality of life initiatives to get after what we're hearing from the families and communities and soldiers. So the bowling center. The bowling center is moving forward. It is hopefully going to be a Christmas present to this community come December. So went out there with the team a couple weeks ago and saw it firsthand. So they have the task to complete this by Christmas. So the bowling center is going to reopen. Toledo Bend, if you haven't heard, we are investing in upgrading Toledo Bend. So we're going to upgrade some of the cabins, the yurts, the boat ramps, and some of the office spaces that are down there. So if you haven't taken advantage of Toledo Bend, it's 45 minutes away. It's a great resource for all of us. We'd also like to hear from you on feedback. So we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all users, chain of command, but what is working and what is not working? how do you want to hear from us about what's going on in the installation or what you need or what you want? So we have QR codes about input for ICE, but we are interested in making sure we are communicating effectively to you. Last two things, sir, is on the vaccine lottery. Someone you can pass that. So you heard earlier about the vaccine. So if you have received the vaccine or going to get the vaccine, you have an opportunity to enter this lottery. QR code is on the screen. You can enter the lottery and a chance to win a $53,000 truck, a gun, or a $1,500 savings bond. And so register here. If we want to reward those who've already received the vaccine starting January of this year, all the way up till September 8th. Mask at gyms. So a lot of questions have been coming to us on mask at gyms. And so here's where we're at based on talking to the Commander in General. We have to wear masks at the gym to mitigate the transmission of this virus. It does not eliminate, but it is a mitigation effort, so we are allowed to keep the gyms open. If we don't increase our vaccination status, we'd have to close the gyms. So the reason we have to wear masks when we're not on cardio is to make sure we mitigate the risk. It doesn't eliminate it. So I've had a lot of conversations with the soldiers in chain of command, so I just wanted to use that opportunity. Lastly, is you heard Tiffany Cook earlier talk about the virtual pilot we have in our high schools for our surrounding communities. So we have 3 out of 11. The Army only has 11. So we're 33% of having our high school seniors take advantage of enrolling in this virtual high school pilot, where if they don't offer, the school system does not offer a class that your student or child wants, they have the opportunity to take this course anywhere that we have a DoD school that has it. And so we appreciate that support. That's all we have, sir.
Colonel Smith, thank you very much. Very enlightening, and really appreciate your input. Command Sergeant Major.
Hey, sir, just to wrap it up and really look at it, I really have a great opportunity to sit and listen and hear, in each one of our elements here in the organization see. And my notes here was, I really look at it, make sure we share these slides, with our soldiers, our families, our communities, because it really gives that information, especially our new soldiers and families that have arrived through that summer transition period. That is going to be key so they can understand our community. Because I got to tell you, listening and what we addressed and what we learned today, it truly went to all the commanders' priorities of putting people first, CTC infrastructure, JRTC infrastructure, along with our BJAC community being, education for our children, our servicemen, spouse employment, housing, DFMWR, healthcare. We put all of that information. It's all transparent. I'm telling you, we need to inform our population of who we have to see that what we can do for our communities in what we have here. Other one I would say is just, when you look at the months of September and October, really that happened in August, it's just the dynamic weather patterns that can come through this community, whether it be heat, humidity, thunderstorms, and the possibility of tropical storms, or just in the state here of Louisiana. But I got to tell you, speaking with the commands, the soldiers, and the families, and just really observing our social media sites, I got to tell you, it was pretty awesome seeing the confidence that our community shows when it comes to dealing with adversity, especially with the patterns of weather that, come through us. So great job seeing people are prepared, for our futures and what we do. And lastly, I would just really like to say, being here 18 months thus far, thank you, for letting me and my family be a part of this community. We have a very special place here at JRTC in Fort Polk. The commander and I have been winning the fight for talent and attempting to show people the capabilities and what we can provide to soldiers and communities at here JRTC in Fort Polk. And when I go to other installations, I come back to JRTC in Fort Polk each time with confidence that we got the best installation, here in Louisiana and in the DoD. Why? Because we treat each other with dignity and respect. And people have care, commitment, and compassion, and really believe in our mission, not only what we do for the Army, but for the community. So pretty neat, sir, and thank you for your time, and please share the information. Sir?
Yeah, thanks. And Sergeant Major is exactly right. Share this with your friends, get this information out to family members, chain of command, pass this information along. A lot of vibrant activities taking place on the installation, a lot of things going on in the community. You can get connected very easily with just a little bit of effort. We want to enable that. So I'll talk about two things. First of all, I want to recognize how much has been going on in this installation. We've deployed soldiers into harm's way to ensure the successful completion of an operation in Afghanistan. And so our 3rd Brigade, 10th Mountain Division leadership and many of the soldiers have been forward deployed, doing great things, helping out and making a difference for the United States Army and the United States of America. And we want to thank them for their service and thank all of those who enabled them to get out the door, those involved in the deployment activities, those involved in the family support, those who have been involved in every step of the way. This organization has been phenomenal, but the platform that they use to conduct their mission is JRTC in Fort Polk. So our entire team contributed to that. And as the garrison commander indicated, we are continuously helping others. So even as we speak, elements out of the 46 engineers are deploying into the hurricane-stricken area to provide critical relief and assistance with their capabilities. And again, the staff at JRTC in Fort Polk, the family members, the community that surrounds this location have enabled that type of mission to take place. So a lot going on here, a lot taking place, and we still do our day job, which is training brigade combat teams, security force assistance brigades, and other elements from the United States Army that have to be ready for their wartime mission. So JRTC in Fort Polk remains relevant to the United States Army. Now, in order for us to remain relevant, in order for us to continue those capabilities and to do it in a way that protects our population, we are implementing the Secretary of Defense's guidance on 100% COVID-19 vaccination. So you're going to see some guidance come out from the chain of command on all of our soldiers, all uniformed military members being directed to receive the vaccine. We're implementing that in a controlled fashion. We're implementing it in a way that's safe, and we're going to implement that in an expeditious fashion. So once the vaccinations arrive, and they've been a little bit delayed because of some of the weather events that have precluded shipment, we're going to go into a full-scale, large operation to ensure every soldier can be protected from COVID-19 and therefore perform their mission, protect the population, protect the community, and continue to do those great things that we're responsible to do. So that guidance has gone out through the chain of command, that order has been issued, and we are supporting the effort to ensure that every single military uniformed member is able to get that shot and conduct their operations safely. So ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time today. We appreciate your participation. Please pass this information along to those who can use it, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Warrior Information Exchange. And Stormy, when is the next Warrior Information Exchange?
This concludes the September Warrior Information Exchange. The next WIE will be 6 October 2021.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.